streaming live every Friday night, it's Street Talk with the Swift Gang, right here on GoHamRadio.com.
Hey, Ham Fam, welcome back. It is episode 4 of Street Talk with the Swift Gang. I'm Miss Fancy Pants, bringing you into November 16th, this Friday, fun day, of course. We are here with the Swift Gang. We've got DJ Roscoe's on the ones and twos. We've got Mr. Mine in the back doing the levels, so we're working through it, right? Mr. Mine, he's got us. He's got you. If you have any issues, you can at Mr. Mine Enterprises. No, but I'm Miss Fancy Pants, and we have got... we've got Bagheera in the building somehow. I don't know how he got here. All right, so can somebody put the cat in the back? All right. Right. Oh. Welcome to the party, guys. We've got everybody in studio right now. Right? Everybody wants to hold it. We've got Parker Meridien in the building. They're a hip-hop band here in San Diego. They're doing a great job. I've seen them all around San Diego. They've got a lot of things coming up in the future. They've done some things. I think they were just at Winston's. We're going to talk about that. But they are our guests for the evening. So without any further ado, we're going to get into the show tonight. But before we do that, make sure you're sharing the link with all of your friends here on Facebook and everywhere. And you can also tune in to GoHamRadio.com 24/7 every day of the week. And you can listen to all your local and major artists, including Parker Meridien, our guests from last week, Beyonce and Jay-Z, and all of your other favorite major artists, as well as your local favorite hits. Now, if you're out there and you want to chime in on the conversation, or you're celebrating a birthday or a special occasion you want to shout out, make sure you chime in with us on the live chat. You can go on our Facebook right now. You can chat with us. Mr. Mine's going to be in the background. He'll be able to respond to you. If you have any questions for Parker Meridien, we can do that. So make sure you share the link with all your friends, and then you chime in with the conversation. We are webcasting until 10 o'clock tonight. And if you are celebrating a birthday, we do want to make sure we give a shout out to all your Scorpios, because Scorpio season's almost over. And then we got to make way for Sagittarius, but you know, whatever. Scorpio season should be all year long, as I am Scorpio. All right. But those of you who are celebrating a birthday, such as Lisa Bonet, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Amari Stoudemire, we'd like to wish you guys some happy birthdays today. Those are our famous local celebrities. And this weekend, it's going to be a bit chilly and cloudy. So if you're heading out this weekend, it is finally sweater weather in San Diego. So it's going to be, high 60s, low 70s, partly cloudy all weekend and into the next week with a little spot of rain. So it's sweater weather. Make sure you get out something warm to wear whenever you're heading out this winter season. And if you want to go out this weekend, I do have some things that you can do. Saturday, it's the 10th annual Doggy Street Festival. That's going to be at Liberty Station. It's from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. It's not to be missed. You can adopt dogs, cats, and parrots at this event. So they're going to have a lot of things that are pet friendly. You can bring your dog to it, and you can adopt. It is an adopt-a-thon. So engage in all the pet friendly activities as well as adopt a pet. Like I said, they're having cats, dogs, and parrots available for all your holiday gifts. Oh, we've got Parker Meridien in the background. Hey. Everybody shh in the background. Come on, right? Like I said, we're going to get to their interview a little bit later. There's also Snacking with Santa. So that's something fun to do. It's just for a couple of hours on Saturday. It's from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Broken Yoke at Plaza Bonita Mall. You can go and check that out. They're going to have hot cocoa, treats, crafts, and you can say hi to Santa now that it is Santa season. And if you are an aspiring cheerleader or you are looking to cuff someone for the holidays, San Diego ABA Surf basketball team is having cheerleader auditions this weekend. It's Saturday at San Diego Miramar College from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. It's 18 and up, so everyone there will be legal. So you can go and scout. You can audition. It's $25 to register. You can register the day of. You can also pre-register, but $25 a day of to register at the event. And Sunday in El Cajon, we've got the Mother Goose Day Parade, or Mother Goose Parade is going to be on Saturday or on Sunday, so go check that out. It's going to start at 1 o'clock. It's on Main Street in El Cajon. So if you're in El Cajon around Main Street, get involved with the festivities. If you don't want to be involved with the festivities, stay away from the area because roads are going to be shut down. It's going to last for a couple of hours, and it's just going to be kind of hectic. So maybe Uber or Lyft or take the trolley wherever you need to go to get out of the area. But for our late night crew, if you're interested in hitting the streets at night, do not go to House of Blues tonight because Little Xan has been canceled. You can go to House of Blues on Sunday, though, and check out King Little G and Ritz. They're going to be there. It's an all-ages show, $25, and the show starts at 7 p.m. So go and check that out. Also on Sunday, 98 Degrees. Remember them? Nick Lachey, I think he dated like Jessica Simpson or something. I don't know. They had a show. There was a divorce. There was weight gain. There was a whole bunch going on during that time. But go check them out. It's 98 Degrees, going to be at Balboa Theater. Balboa Theater's in Gaslamp. So it's the one right there at E and 4th. So go check that out. It's going to be at Balboa Theater. That's going to start at 7:30. Tickets are $46, but it's an all-ages show. So if you've got family in town and want to go take them to a show, you can go do that. And if you do have family in town, like I said, it's Thanksgiving weekend, or Thanksgiving's coming up, but you can go and check out Too Short. He's going to be at Flux Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, because there's no work on Thursday. Make sure you go out Wednesday, hit up Flux. Tickets are $15, and you can go see Too Short. Also, I forgot to mention that on Saturday, POD, local band POD, is going to be at the Music Box. That's going to be in Little Italy. So it's $28 to go check it out, and you do have to be 21 and older to see them. So that's all we got going on as far as shows this next week and things that you can do in and around San Diego. But without further ado, we're going to get to DJ Roscoe. He's going to do a live set for you, playing some Parker Meridien specials, of course, some exclusives, plus all your other local top hits. We got some Scooby D, Sir Daniel, and lots of others to do. Go check us out. You can also rewind us and hear the live feed on gohamradio.com. 24/7, like I said, you can go check us out, gohamradio.com, go into the podcast section of Street Talk, and then you'll be able to see all of our prior webcasts as well as hear all of the prior podcasts. So if you can't watch and you just need to hear, you can do either one of those. So I'm Miss Fancy Pants. We're going to head over to DJ Roscoe. He's going to give us a live DJ set, and then we're going to take a break and come back with Parker Meridien. So I'm Miss Fancy Pants, Mr. Mind in the background. Parker Meridien is in the building, and DJ Roscoe, we're going to take it away. Are you ready, sir?
You are now listening to DJ Roscoe. Get him, boy.
Welcome. You're now locked in with DJ Roscoe for the next 20 minutes. We'll be showcasing some special songs, some special talents through talents and creativity through music of local, international San Diego artists. Make sure to be in the listen tonight. We have some special songs coming at you from the special guests in the building, special band, epic day to day. Make sure you guys stay in for the full set. We have some exclusive songs coming at you. Be sure to listen out and vibe with us. Here we go. Here we go.
Ever since she was a child, she was afraid she had to have a light on in the house.
This is PAR City, a.k.a. the Great Dark City.
Grew up being afraid of the dark. She had to have a light on in the house.
The order is no particular. Swig up some liquor, twist up a shot of some liquor rush. Give me the Icarus, Philadelphia, Philly like Philadelphia. I don't like that one. Let me try it again. Philadelphia, Philly like Philadelphia. One like a digger-a-dug, I sound like a Selica. Elegant, excellent, Ella Fitzgerald Bill. Tap him like Gregory Hines, I let him know, let me in, but wait.
This is PAR City, a.k.a. the Great Dark City.
You know we
Real
are.
block stars, smoke more law. Do it till the city playing tricks on ya.
10 times combustible, half heathen and Huxtable. Feels burn, feeling all effed up at a festival. Nice, the opposite just means I'm me. You see teeth, the beast eating beats. I feast, La Femme, Nikita, eat them like a diva's peak. You'll get popped by the cock, what the fuck did you damn think? That's evolving IMP, by now we known in the streets. Half of the Fantastic Four, read riches, something, but
This
wait.
is PAR City, a.k.a. the Great Dark City. Real block stars, smoke more law. Do it till the city playing tricks on ya.
Call on the slicker sand niggas, will not fuck with them. Word for word, that's limited edition. Word for word, that's limited edition. Word for word, that's limited edition. But what you get on this one is hit after hit, one right after the other. To your speakers just bust. It's a sound you can trust, and I'm all in for us. But it's hash, it's money, the moolah, the green I want.
This is PAR City,
Yeah.
aka the Great Dark City.
Do you know who you
Real
are?
block star, smoke more law.
Yeah.
Do it till the city playing tricks on ya.
Let's look at Sandy, cause we will not fuck with them. Word for word, that's limited to this. Word for word, that's limited to this. Word for word, that's limited to this. Call them
You had to have a
One more
light
time
on
from
in
the
the
top, one more time
This
from the
is
top.
P.
Say,
You had to
give
have a
thanks
light
those
on
who've been
in the
liking,
house.
sharing,
This is P.
You had to have a light on in the house.
This is PAR City.
You had to have a light on in the house. You had to have a light on in the house. You had to have a light on in the house.
This is P.
You had to have a light on in the house.
This is PAR.
You had to have a light on in the house.
This is PAR City, aka the Great Dark City.
Grew up being afraid of the dark. She had to have a light on in the house.
The order is no particular. Swig up some liquor, twist up a shot of some liquor rush. Give me the Icarus, Philadelphia, like Philadelphia. I don't like that one. Let me try it again. Philadelphia, like Philadelphia. One like a digger dug. I sound like a Seneca. Elegant, excellent. Ella Fitzgerald thin. Tap him like Gregory Hines. I let him know, let me in, but wait.
This is PAR City, aka the Great Dark City.
You know who you
Real
are?
block star, smoke more law. Do it till the city playing tricks on ya.
10 times combustible, half heathen and Huxtable. Phil Barnes feeling all effed up at a festival. Nice, the opposite just means I'm me. You see teeth of beast eating beast. I feast, la femme, heat to eat them like a diva's pink. You'll get popped by the cock. What the fuck did you damn think? That's evolving IMP. By now we know on the streets. Half of the Fantastic Four read riches something, but
This is
wait.
PAR City, aka the Great Dark
whoa,
City.
whoa.
Real block star, smoke more law. Do it till the city playing tricks on ya.
Call on the slicker sand niggas, will not fuck with them. Word for word, that's limited edition. Word for word, that's limited edition. Word for word, that's limited edition. But what you get on this one is hit after hit, one right after the other. To your speakers just bust. It's a sound you can trust, and I'm all in for us. But it's hash, it's money, the moolah, the green I want.
This is PAR City,
Yeah.
aka the Great Dark City.
Do you know who you
Real
are?
block star, smoke more law.
Yeah.
Do it till the city playing
Yeah.
tricks on ya.
Let's look at Sandy, cause we will not fuck with them. Word for word, that's limited to this. Word for word, that's limited to this. Word for word, that's limited to this. Call them the sisters and we'll not with them. Word for word, that's limited to this. Word for word, that's limited to this. Word for word, that's limited to this. Okay, but this is PAR City, aka the Great Dark City. Okay, this is this is okay, this is okay, this is PAR City, aka the Great Dark City.
Real block star,
Hey,
smoke more law. Smoke
hey,
more law.
hey, I said this is PAR City, aka the Great Dark City. Hey,
Real block star,
real block star.
smoke more law. Real block star,
Real block
Yeah. Right. Yes, sir. I perceive to believe that. So forth we can achieve or receive that. Take that to proceed to conceive that. Can I plead that? Fifth element, relevance, never meant gold. Evidence tip like elegant toes. Never leave tips in arrogant hoes. Pull out king on a one night fling, not a one night thing. Me and you. 2 months later, me and who? Hit my neighbor. What it do? I need some fruits. Let me smoke right quick. Relaxing as I lick my split. And once I put it to my lip and that flame hits the tip. Boy, I damn near cried. Teary-eyed, condensation in the sky. My scraper hit the parking lot on 3-wheel drive. With Selena on my side. Let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. If you wanna dance, we can do it tonight. And if you wanna smoke, come on, it's alright. If you wanna drink, come on, poppin' Don Perignon. Do the damn thing till the dawn. Where you at, where you at? Where you at, where you at, where you at? Yeah. Where you at, where you at? I'm right here, my nigga. Shout out my nigga Bodie Water. Blessed with inspiration like a bath of holy water. Took his demonstration to the heart. When he had that. Ain't gonna have no choice but say that young man did that. Pitch that like a loose tip. And all you piggyback niggas keep your 2 cents. Y'all erase. Everybody wanna be a star. Got way too many in my space. Get it? Back to the discussion at hand. 2-step with a blunt in my hand and 1 in my ear. You heard what I'm saying. But just to be clear, pick up when I'm laying and just dance, we can do it tonight. And if you wanna smoke, come on, it's alright. If you wanna drink, come on, pop it down, very on. Do the damn thing till the dawn.
Don't let me go.
Exclusive coming at you. Big artist in the building, big band in the building, Parker Meridien. Song entitled Don't Let Me Down.
Stay cool when I'm high as a kite and still up when it goes down. I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite and still low. Cause I'm handsome but my money ain't as cool as you think. Cause the summer's always coming, there ain't nothing for free. If I show up to the party, hope there's something to eat. Man, the tambourine is jumping, won't you save me a seat still? Cause my siblings in the wind, gotta pray that she say I ain't a man, I'm a rat, I ain't seen her in days. Talk to the sky like there's power in phrase. Keep her good so we can see your loving sun on her face. I'm still up when it goes down, I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite, still up when it goes down. I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite, still up when it goes down. I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite, still up when it goes down. I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite, still low. I'm just sitting in the pews when I pray with alright. Little food, a big bed at the end of the night. Cause I'm handsome but my money ain't as cool as it seems. Plus the winter's always coming, it ain't nothing for free. If it's Saturday, that means all the ladies block. If it's Sunday, we seated in the front of the church. Talking to the sky cause it's power and free. Keep her good so we can see her loving sun on her face. Still up when it goes down, I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite. Still up when it goes down, I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite. Still up when it goes down, I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite. Still up when it goes down, I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite. Still up when it goes down, I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite. Still up when it goes down, I don't know how. I stay cool when I'm high as a kite.
Give thanks those who are still with us, who like you sharing the page, keep the vibes going. You've just heard the special track, Don't Let Me Down from the Parker Meridians. I have a special track coming at you right now from San Diego artist Dago Fats. Find myself.
Lost in the darkness of my own eyelids. Eyes is open, but still I remain blinded and misguided through a world that's lopsided and tilted in the favor of the ones with blue iris. But since my hair's a little thicker, nose a little wider, lips a little bigger, I'm labeled a hoodlum cause I'm in Walmart and house slippers. Go figure, because you think I'm just a poor little Wait. I'm not supposed to say that word, cause if I can forget about slavery, it can save the world. So all the 400 years that was spent raping girls and whipping backs was given back without the mule and acres word. I can't forget it, I won't forget it. I lack the courage and I can't forgive it. I know my ancestor back is burning. I'm the problem with my community, but my community helped me squander my opportunities. I seen the Babylon beat a nigga so brutally, and usually the justice system just grants him immunity. Rodney King video, the world was shocked. Unless you black, then of that, we all said that's just the cops. Cause it's normal to us. It's normal for a mom to see her son all in the cuffs and beaten black and blue by the boys in blue so tough. It's no wonder why I've always hated you so much. I mean the badge, not the person. Without that badge, you still just a person. I think sometimes we all forget the reason you wear a vest is cause you still just a person. Man, this alcohol got me on 4. 2 wasn't enough, but with 3, all I need's a little more. pitching way harder than my last serve. And if they try and kill me, consider this verse my last words. Do what you will as you will yourself to do it. If you didn't do it, cause your heart was filled with brake fluid. And if my last needed clearer, the only one who stopped you was the man in the mirror. Or woman, you know what I mean. Tried to stay that straight and narrow, but you know how I lean. Tried to keep up with the good, but you know how I scheme. Green faces and gasoline, who wanna know my dreams? Promise is not for the faint of heart. The ill-minded is still blinded, his faceless heart. She in church with the same dress on from last night. Today you see the light, but just yesterday you was chasing dark. Man, I can't trust nobody. Got wounds all on my body. From number 2 pencils and kitchen utensils. Old folks say I'll never live up to my full potential. That's lead nines for all you slow niggas. And I'm still rocking this full gold, nigga. I got the money to buy the real shit, but I'd rather spend that on some fishing gear just to keep away all these gold diggers. I'm happy, but I'm never happy. I guess I'm happy because I'm happy being unhappy. And I'm happy that my hair is nappy. Happy that I'll pass it on to my seed when I become a pappy. I just hope they look like their mother, cause this face don't need to be burdened upon another. My eyes didn't see too much pain. Pupils in the sky, so my eyes seen too much rain. Clouded by decisions, been cut through by planes and open deals where I kneeled, so my life seen too many stains. I tried to Google my own name to find myself. Shit still didn't work. Yeah. Lost in the darkness of my own eyelids. Eyes is open, but still I remain blinded and misguided through a world that's lopsided. Heard they've been starving for defying artists, so I got the carving out the carcass when the pilot started. Lion-hearted, fresh out my cave, longest of fangs, sharpen my blade, boy Gillette ready, who need I shave? I'm Leon with the DJ on, such a professional, sonically edible, eat up and please serve up the vegetables. The fruit I drop, plentiful, not readily digestible, it's hard on your stomach, been known to fuck up some intestinal tracts. Look, let me get that back, man, I don't think they ready. I'm serving that Top Chef pesto, they stuck on their mom's spaghetti. My bad. Through all your flashing and gimmick wishing, you losing in Gucci, I'm out here winning in kitchen slippers. Oh, now he mad. I ain't tripping, no one can stop it. I'm hot as your left faucet. Watch it and blow on my sausage. Look, rep the West till they honor my death. All eyes. Honestly, best call me honorable chef. All rise. Meaning, I rock a group day like a souffle. That tasty shit to die for. Turn a group A into Poussey. Did my homework on that ass and came to class like it's a new day. And it's too late for your sob story. I ain't hearing a word that you say. Yeah. The cream of the crop, the fiend for that guap. Stop talking greasy out your lips if ain't no greens in your pot. Stop it. Y'all open? Yes, we are. What can we do for you today, sir?
Just hear the track by Dago Falls on the Cook Shop. Now we have an exclusive one coming at you, 40 Foot Tall, from the amazing band in the building, Parker Meridien. Vibe out to this one. Keep the vibes going, keep the likes and the shares going. Song entitled 40 Foot Tall.
40 foot tall. 40 foot tall. 40 foot tall. 40 foot tall. 40 foot tall. 40 foot tall. 40 foot tall. 40 foot tall.
If you had the little things that you speak, you die punks. If you had the little things that you drink, you die drunk, cause you heartless. I'm smart plus wild, lick wholehearted, between B Street and BDPs and my flow started. I couldn't afford a bomber, I kept a pen in a palm to keeping track of the numbers. A young brother was running for real. Open up shop, man, anywhere. Lock thing, stock thing, Boulevard and Sacktown, all the way back down to San Diego. Game goes swift as Greyhound. I stayed in 8 towns and 2 nights pushing white dummy. This is my new life and my old when I was on one. I'll tell you about it later. I am
40 foot tall.
Alright.
40 foot tall.
I am alright.
40 foot tall.
Yeah. I am
40 foot tall.
Yeah.
40 foot tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
40 foot tall.
Alright.
40 foot tall. 40
Come here,
foot
shorty. Let me
tall.
talk to you. I make money cause morals don't make meals. I call it boxing cause that's how this game feels. Like I'm boxed in, but with my pen. I make this game, just let me in like I'm a locksmith. Hot in listen, I don't know no other way to do it. I was up in the dope game, I got rich and blew it. Got it back, I'ma lose it again. Okay, the truth of it is, ain't too many cats that hustle like him. I'm from a place where the bullet shells sit like acorns. 5-0s buzzing like a D-boy's pager. I'm all about my numbers like a calculator. Said I'm all about my numbers like a calculator. I am, cause I am, when I am, cause I am, and I am, yeah,
40 foot tall. 40 foot tall. 40 foot tall. 40 foot tall.
yeah, let's take 'em up, let's go. I want 20, 40, 60, 80, hold up, homie. Give me a minute of your time, I need 20, 40, 60, 80, hold up. I mean, hundreds, I'm trying to get to all this money. I said 20, 40, 60, 80, hold up, give me a minute. I said, I need a minute of your time, I need 20, 40, 60, 80, I mean, hold up, give me a minute of your money.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. We have one more track coming at you. Exclusive track. Hear me, man. You know what thing go. Big bad band in the building tonight, Parker Meridians. We have one more track coming at you. No sequel. Now we're going back into the interview after this one. Keep tuned, keep tuned, keep the vibes going, keep the likes and the shares going.
The uncompromising demand.
Song entitled No Sequels.
And now there is no
Featuring Rebecca. Keep the vibes going.
And now there is no margin for error. When carefully checked, the uncompromising demand. When carefully checked, now there is no margin for error. When carefully checked, the uncompromising demand. When carefully checked, now there is no margin for error.
The world rotates and its rotation is estimated, regulated, calculated by constant testing with question answering tests. And mama always told me, practice makes perfect, so stay ready, you'll be ready when the opportunity surfaces. That's something I subscribe to, did then, still do. Let me share just a couple more, you and me, will you? They say love ain't comfortable if they come for you or we leave in. If I could make us $1 million with one lie, could you trust me, could you believe me? Cause everything ain't always roses, I know it's supposed to be, but if it's not, if we true, we got them like it was a dozen and patiently love it, then maybe it blossomed. Cause I got one homie, told me fuck your head, what your gut say? You know, 4th down, you know, Hail Mary, 20-yard line, you got one play, you gon' run game, you gon' win it. Legends are made in 1 minute. For example, last 50 seconds of the sound waves just spirits. Hey, Nate, let me hey, run it back, let me get another tape.
No sequel on the playback, only one chance to get it right. No sequel on the playback, only one chance to get it right. No sequel on the playback, only one chance to get it right. No sequel on the playback, only one chance to get it right. Remember the first time you saw the sky with rain, and it was perfect, never be the same. So many memories in the bank of my mind, couldn't recreate it, wouldn't wanna try. Last night the moon shined so bright, it burnt the sky. Crept in my dreams, slept on standby. This morning the road calls to me like a brand new song. I follow the floodlines, singing as I push on. No sequel on the playback, only one chance to get it right. No sequel on the playback, only one chance to get it right.
Quilts by Parker Meridians featuring Rebecca Jade. Now stay tuned, we're going back into an amazing interview tonight. Yes, up in person. We have Parker Meridians in the building. We'll be doing a live interview plus a live performance. Stay tuned. Send a link to friends and family. Let it go viral. We're having a good show tonight. Keep the vibes going. DJ Roscoe.
You are now tuned into the movement with Swift Gang here on Street Talk.
GoHamRadio.com, the culture's newest hype. Log on, listen, and go ham.
Streaming live every Friday night, it's Street Talk with the Swift Gang, right here on GoHamRadio.com.
Live and indirect. All right, we are here. It is episode 4 of Street Talk with the Swift Gang. I'm Miss Fancy Pants, your host with Moses. We are here with Parker Meridien. Is it, let me get it straight, is it Parker Meridien or is it the Parker Meridien?
It's Parker Meridien, no the.
It's Parker Meridien, no the.
But then why is the band camp the Parker? Never mind. I never said that. I never said that.
It's Parker Meridien, no the.
And Meridian is actually spelt all E's, correct?
It's the French spelling.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Yes.
Now, who came up with the name?
Parker Meridien comes from this conversation I was having like 10 years ago, and this dude was like, yo, you should have a band called the Parker Meridien. I was like, that's sharp. 10 years later, here we are.
All right, so 10 years ago, you put that in your back pocket.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, ideas come around in all shapes and sizes, so make sure you fit them in all your pockets, right? Now, you've got a group of people here with you. We're going to get to that, but actually, I'd like to start with you. Now, you are Parker Edison, correct?
True.
And you are the lead vocalist for the band, Parker Meridien, correct?
True.
I'm assuming you put the band together since you named the band, correct?
No.
No, okay, so then explain that to me, because the band has your name, or, your back pocket.
Right.
But you did not create the band, so explain that to me. Well, to everyone, really.
Yay. I had a record, and I had been doing shows with Parker and the Number Man, and I was doing this solo record. And before the record was done, I already was trying to put together an idea of what the shows would look like. And I had already done a live performance and a performance art video with Nathan Hubbard where I was mimicking one of his shows. And so after we'd already worked together and I was working on this new thing, and I contacted him and was like, yo, could you kind of rearrange these boom bap tracks so they have a live life and we could do these live renditions of them? And he did. And so he was the one who was shaping the band and picking who would play what instrument and what parts. So, yeah.
Okay.
When he hit me up, I just wanted to keep it really small because when you get in a band, it's impossible to get people together. So I thought, well, I'm clearly playing drums, and then we should probably have a bass player. And then I'll do samples and stuff, and we'll figure it out from there. So the idea was just to kind of keep it small and keep it tight so we could, because, when you get... 2 people's hard, 4 people's impossible.
Yeah.
We have 4 people here.
5
people's ridiculous.
So we've got, now let me introduce everybody. So we've got John Reeder over here.
Bass.
He plays bass. We've got Parker Edison. He does lead vocals. And then we've got Nathan Hubbard. He does drums, percussions of that.
Yep.
Engineering.
And band creations. And we've got Sharon Taylor, and you do cello, and you do guest appearances with the band.
Yes.
All right, and I've seen you guys play a couple of times, and one of the times you were actually with them. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But Nathan, back to you. You said, in getting bands together, it's almost difficult. Now didn't you say you're part of like a 22-person band or something like that?
Yeah, but
50.
50.
No, 50 person. Well, they probably get paid to go to show up.
No, they don't. That's a problem. That's why we never play.
Oh, da-dun.
There's different bands. I guess the idea was just to keep it tight and where it wasn't, just to keep it as close knit as possible. Mm-hmm. And then clearly we did that for a while, and then we started doing. Maybe this is skipping ahead, but we started getting calls to do like poetry readings and things like that. And we realized, like, okay, it'd be cool if we did it on a more... Because when we played just as a trio, you saw us at the Casbah. It's loud. Full drum kit, electric bass, and it's a show. But we were doing these smaller things. We were asked to do a library show, and then we did Palabra.
Library show, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No noise in the library.
And so literally that library show was me playing bongos, John playing upright with no amplifier.
Yeah.
And I think you did have a mic.
It was the most stripped down thing.
It was the most stripped down thing we'd ever done.
Did you feel naked?
It was...
No.
It was spare.
It was very spare. That gig actually showed us that I think we all agreed, like, okay, we need to do the tracks, we need something. And I said, well, I've been playing with Sharon. Like, we should get... cello would be perfect because it can cover all these different things.
And are you part of the 50-person band? How did you guys...
I guess so. Yeah.
Is that how you guys met each other? How did you become part? Because obviously through Nathan, but...
Yeah, Nathan and I have known each other through...
Just doing theater. We do a lot of musical theater
yeah.
together. And then through that, we started doing this trio with a vocalist named Molly Whitaker. And we were working on that. And when this came up, I thought, well, that's perfect. Because if we're going to go all acoustic, why have a guitar? You start to think about, like, what instrument fits in that range. And we thought, okay, cello's perfect.
Yeah.
And Sharon's cool, and it's a good hang, and there's all those things.
Yeah,
So-
it sounds great. It sounds amazing. I was listening to them practice, and it just, you guys are going to be able to get that because they're going to do a live performance, so stay tuned for that. I'm very excited. Now, Parker, well, let's rewind a little bit. How long have you been doing music? Because you said 10 years ago you thought of the band name, but let's rewind back to, let's start at the origins, the origins of hip-hop before it developed. So you started when?
99.
99.
Yeah.
All right. Who have been some of your musical influences?
I'm a big fan of everyone from 88 to 98. So that's Q, Big Daddy Kane, Beatnuts, Jay, Nas, like all the superficials, Scarface, all the Southwest kids, like all the you know what I mean? Like all of that. But then on a local level, I was really big into Orko, Masters of the Universe, Odessa Kane, Brady, Tony the Schizo, LaTanya Lockett had a jazz band. So in the 90s, like I was eating what was locally being made, and then by the early 2000s, I started putting out my own stuff.
Now, locally made. Are you from San Diego?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when did you come over here to San Diego? Migrate here?
I was probably 5 years old. My pops was military, so we were in Germany until I was 3. Then we get here, and I'm like 5, 6 years old, and I've been here for ever since.
So you were born in Germany then?
See.
All right, speaking Spanish.
I didn't even know that.
Hey.
See, secrets on Go Ham.
Right? So,
No.
right? We're spilling everything. All skeletons are coming out.
Fancy do you?
Right? I'm getting everything undercover. You're going to feel naked when you're done with this show. No, okay, you're from Germany. You came over here military because San Diego was a military city. And fan of hip-hop locally and on a major level all the way up until 98. And then in 99, you started. And you said 89 to 98 inspired you. Are you inspired by any of the artists from 99 to now?
Love them. I love them all.
Okay.
I'm watching the sport constantly, but 88 to 98 is pivotal. You have acts that lasted from 88 to 2018. That's MF Doom. And people don't give him the credit that they give Rakim, but MF Doom is still making contributions. You know what I mean? So I'm like, 88 to 98 is a real special season.
KRS-One is still making contributions. I
That's-
mean, he's still... We just saw him. We saw him not too long ago at
Ton of them kids.
North Park Observatory.
Ton of them kids. The Jizza is a ton of
Wu-Tang is
cats.
still around. I mean, well...
But Jizza's 88, ODB. You know what I mean? So anyway,
Yeah,
88 to
right.
98 is a real lot of super special stuff comes out of that season.
Awesome. Now, in 99, you decided to do your music, and you said you did some mixtapes, and you said you worked with the Number Man. And the reason I bring that up is because when I got introduced to you guys, it was at Art Art Unites Casbah event
Yeah.
back June 21st, I think. June.
Okay. I had no idea when it was.
It
When was that?
It was my mom's birthday. So,
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Mom. Hey, Mom.
Right? Cancer.
Nice.
Gemini.
Gemini.
Yes.
Don't let me get it
I
wrong.
love you, Mom. No. So Art Unites is where I met you guys, and it was just you three. Sharon wasn't there. And also, 1019, the number man, and Aki Carmichael was there. So you don't work with the number man anymore. How did you get affiliated and then non-affiliated?
I was in a band. I was in a band in like probably 2004. It was called 6 Inch Man, and we were doing shows primarily at like Brick by Brick and in rock clubs. It was weird. It was fusion, and I had known 1019 because not everyone knows it, but 1019 is from a crew called the Humankind, and they were putting out cassettes in 99, 2000, like his crew.
They're still putting out cassettes.
Well, no.
I got one that night.
Bang. That's
I'm
his
like,
stuff.
There's one right behind you. Yep, I got
You.
it. Oh, well, yeah, it's in that little thing that's CDs and tapes behind that black.
That's
Behind door
love.
number 1. Yeah. So,
Love.
but yeah, it's they're still giving out tapes. But go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt.
Nah.
But I was like, yeah, I got that.
They're out there killing it. Shout out to 19. Shout out Aki. So they were doing tapes even back then, and I had been following him and listening to what he was doing. I was a fan of what he was doing, and then he was coming to my shows. And then one day he was like, yo, let's do something. And that was like 2002, something like that, 2003. So then he produced an EP where he did all the beats. And people don't know that. He was doing beats back then. He was rapping, but he was also doing beats. So he produced it, and he kind of gave me my first shot in a rap platform. Okay. So he kind of may have gave me my sound. That's a conversation that, he and I should probably have. But then after that, we did some stuff together. I think we did like 12, 13 years worth of stuff together after that. And I'm still a huge fan of his catalog, and he's one of my best friends.
How did you guys separate then? Because he's now working with Aki, and you now are doing Parker Edison and Parker Meridien work now. So how did that transition occur?
I saw him. I saw 10 maybe 4 days ago. I was walking past, I was leaving my house, and he just drove by in his truck. I was like, yo, where you going? Get in the car. Let's just go. And he just left. Like, that's my guy. And I think like probably like 2014 or something, I think I fell in love with this chick, and I was like, yo, I'm going to go to Seattle. And he was like, bet, B. Go, you know what I mean? Go see what your life is. Go live. He wasn't trying to hold me in place so that we could do what we were doing. And that's one of the reasons, like, that's who you know who your real friends are. And so then when I came back, he was like, yo, we'll start doing some stuff. So we did a couple tracks, but he was kind of building his own buzz. And then he put out a record with our young homeboy Jay Trill, and DJ Peanuts did the beats, and that bad boy won an award. And then I was like, oh, well, if he did that, well, I'm going to take that and I'm going to go in this direction. He also did the Natalie Rose EP, and he's just had, yeah, man. So he's just been doing his own thing, and I've been doing my own thing, but we're still family.
Yeah, obviously you got the same show. I mean,
all the time.
Right there.
All
right
the time.
there. That's great. Now, you guys, you and Nathan have created Parker Meridien, French.
The French spelling.
Yeah. Well, because I had read that you did a show and someone had published it misspelled. And for me, my government's Nicole, and it's Nicolle. And I'm a bit stickler about the 2 L's. Because to me, it's like, well, do you pay attention to detail?
Yeah.
If you don't pay attention to the detail of my name, then how do I know what you're really paying attention to, in the future? And I would get notes, things even in the workforce with my name with 1 L, and I would just feel so disrespected.
Yeah.
And it's like, you haven't taken the time out to get to know me. It's just like I'm insignificant. So ever since I was little, I tried to make sure I spell names right. Or if I make a mistake, it's one time, I apologize, and we're not going to do this again. And so to be published misspelled, it can be kind of, Did you feel a certain way?
Did you guys feel some certain?
The name thing's interesting because when we started doing gigs, we were doing gigs under Parker Edison.
Okay.
Because he had put out an EP called the Meridien EP,
Right.
And we were the live contingent of that, and that was how that started. Was we were doing Some Way About It.
This is before me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were doing
Yeah,
Some
that's
Way
right.
About It. I think the first gig we did
Ape Food.
Some Way About It and Ape Food, which was the track
Yeah.
that he had put out a single, and I helped him put together a band, and we did a video with Piff
Okay.
Pete CH and Odessa Kane, and we did this in this parking structure. And that video's up on
Oh,
YouTube.
that's so funny. I just mentioned the parking structure.
Yeah, totally. That was the first time we worked together, because he had come to see me do this avant-garde percussion thing in this parking structure.
Yeah,
And
was
he's-
it Ape Food? Or?
The Ape Food single,
Ape
yeah. So
Food.
we did that. We did that track, and then through that, he said, "Okay, let's put these tracks together." So the first gig we did, I'm trying to remember. We definitely did Some Way.
Public Enemy.
We did yeah.
We did
and
Nas.
we literally just built it up from like one track. And, but originally it was just these tracks from this EP, and then I think I threw him the 40-foot hook, and we started writing stuff. So it went from being Parker Edison with like backup band, and then at some point I didn't even notice. It took a stunt double to mention to me. He was like, "Well, I think Parker there was just one gig where you changed the name."
I think so.
And stunt double said to me, he's like, "No, I think Parker Meridian's like." I was like, "Oh, I didn't even notice." Like we went from being a backup band to being a band. So there was an interesting moment. So the name change and everything was pretty organic, just how it kind of like built up from that, and then just writing more tunes together and bringing in these different things.
Nice. Now, you guys have done. When did you first perform as Parker Meridien? What was that show where you changed the name? Was there a reason that the name was changed?
I feel like that was hip hop versus punk.
It might have been, or it might have been the Loft.
Oh,
what was that gig?
In Southeast? That Southeast thing?
No, the Loft gig at UCSD.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that's
yeah.
before.
Yeah, so.
Definitely, Nate was figuring out which instruments would work best for a live interpretation of these live renditions that he was making, these boom bap tracks. So that alone makes it no longer just my idea anymore. So it's wrong for me to be like, "Oh, it's Parker Edison," because to some degree, I'm now taking credit for this man's ideas. And then, I'm trying to remember, was the Loft your first set?
No, I had been playing with you guys for like 6 or 7 months at that point.
By then?
You guys had another band member before John, right? Or
We
no?
had two other. Well, we were just trying to figure out what would work live. That was the whole idea, was how to make a live interpretation.
So different members had different things to contribute. So whether it
So
just
Harley
kinda
Magazino
fused-
played a bunch of gigs with us. Jerome Salazar covered a
Mhm.
bunch of gigs with us.
Shout out both
There
of
was
them.
a bunch of different things. I'm actually looking.
The whistle stop? Oh.
No. Okay, so we did. I believe John's first gig was at Black Cat.
It was actually at Sleep Better in the summer
that's
before.
funny.
It was, yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure the first.
Ooh, you guys are learning about each other.
Buddy.
Trivia night, Parker Meridian trivia night.
We played like 4 songs
yeah.
or something. It
Here's
was
the
really
first
short.
one where it was Parker Meridien was this night, the Night in Technology Expanded.
Right on. At the
Okay.
UCSD.
Oh, you guys have mentioned about 7 different venues and shows. And
It all runs together.
We
like
played
you had,
a lot.
Like it just kind of happened.
We play a lot.
We weren't really thinking about it. It just kind of happened, and then we like went back. It was funny because we started an Instagram page, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do this from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I had to go back and like find all the dates because I couldn't even remember everything that was happening. And then, he'd send me a flyer. I was like, whoa, I totally forgot about that. And like John's saying, like we still fight about this. Not fight, but like, yeah. It was like, no, we did Sleep
We
Better.
did
I'm like,
Greco-Roman
wait, what?
wrestling about it.
What? That was
Figured out.
we did another Sleep Better gig. Like there was, because we did New Year's, but then we did another.
But we did
one.
something in the summer of 2016.
The
That was the
open-
first time I played with
It
you
was
guys.
the open mic gig.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yep.
I do. LaTanya Lockett was there for that one.
Yep.
I remember that one.
so you guys, 3 of you, have been playing together since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, so about 2 years all around San Diego, and have you traveled outside of the city, state, country?
Country, actually.
We
Our
played
one.
Mexicali.
Yeah, our
Okay.
one out of town gig is in the lovely city of Mexicali, Mexico.
That
Yeah.
counts.
Which was a great gig.
That's great.
International
And,
artist.
put that on the resume.
No.
Now, do you mostly do shows here in the San Diego area?
Yes.
At this point, we're trying. Right now, we're booking stuff in Arizona. We have some stuff
In the Bay,
I don't think
hopefully.
we have stuff confirmed, but we're working on stuff in the Bay, in Ventura, Pomona, San Bernardino, things like that.
Who does your booking?
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you guys do everything in house? Do you have a manager, someone who does marketing, promotions, graphic design, anything?
It's very DIY, right?
John looks at me like, I wish we had all
No.
those things.
It's all
No,
iMessage.
I mean,
can you play this show? Yes. Yes, I can.
Yeah. Literally, if you look at our text thread, it's like, what do you guys think about this artwork? Killer. Can you do this show? Yes. Did that show get confirmed? Yes, it
Yes.
did. What happened to that? I don't know. Maybe we're not doing that. Okay. Yeah.
Short and
it's
to
like,
the point. I like that.
Yeah.
With a calendar and a pen right next to it. Yes, no, all right.
yeah, definitely.
Have you guys ever had arguments or anything you guys don't? You guys are even drinking the same style beer, so it seems like you're in some kind of unison.
Yes, let me tell you the argument that's happened so far, man. This is the one. This
And
is
it's
the
not
one.
his first gig, right?
No.
Okay.
It's not that. It's not that. Nate was saying that Prince's Sign of the Times could do without one or two songs. And I am avidly trying to, every time I listen to it, I'm like, no, B, it can't. This is a perfect effing record. So that right now is the thing where I'm like, that's major. That's major.
All right. So
We also disagreed because Jack thinks that Soul Food is better than Still Standing from the Goody Moon.
Oh, man.
And I think Still Standing is
No
the
way.
better record.
No way.
That's a major argument. In the
Now,
band.
what do you guys do to like win an argument? Arm
Usually, like-
wrestle. Okay, he got the dude.
No,
I
not
was
at
thinking just an
all.
arm wrestle. He's ready to fight. All right.
It's real-ish. It's
Oh,
real.
wow.
It's real.
Yeah. You guys just did a gig at Winston's, right? That was on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
How many times have you guys played Winston's?
I feel like for me that's twice or three times, 2 or 3 times. That was maybe the
I
second
feel
or third.
3 times.
Maybe 3. Yeah.
Alo and Cypher One do the OB Hip Hop Social,
Mhm.
which is always a good time.
Mhm.
It's always completely insane and just schedule wise, trying to get up on stage and get your shit because it's like a bunch of like. Just a bunch of, an axe going boom, 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 and you got to figure out how to like do all that. Sorry, I'm trying to move for all
Sorry,
this.
there's some adjustments going on.
But yeah, those are always fun gigs.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah, it's a wrong question, I guess.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of the gigs we do are pretty like just kind of like hit it and go.
Mhm.
So we've gotten sort of used to just like putting our stuff on stage really quick, getting set up, playing a quick set. And, I mean, we're not doing. There's occasionally times where we're doing kind of headlined gigs and larger gigs, but at this point we're mostly playing sort of in the middle of a set, where we're playing a pretty quick set and just getting out of there.
You guys are doing, I think, a 10-minute set here.
Yeah, that's.
But when I saw you guys with Sharon at the grand opening of the Writer's Block, weren't you the headliners for that? Were you the headliners for that?
I think everyone was a headliner for that. That was the event was to welcome people to that new space. So that was kind of the
It
headliner.
was just kind of like a showcase then.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
necessarily a headlining. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw you guys, because I had gotten there a little bit later, and I saw you guys a little bit later, and I figured maybe that's just what it was. But I know Truth was there, DJ Lace was DJing. It was a great event. I think that's probably where we're gonna have our Ham Fam Jam.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I don't know if you guys know about it. You guys are gonna have an upper edge to it because you've actually performed at the venue. But at the end of every season, we invite all the guests that we have had on the show to come and do a 15-minute set. And we do an all-day event, family friendly. Bring your family.
I think we're available.
Think you're available. Right. I haven't even given them a date yet. They're available.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, don't worry. It's not going to be until the end of this season. So it's 30 weeks. This is episode 4. So you got about 26 weeks to go.
Wow.
But we're going to have all day, and you'll be able to set up, have a 15-minute set. We're going to have DJ Roscoe and a couple other DJs doing some things. So definitely come out to that, but you'll be able to add Writer's Block again to one of your venues. But that's actually why I went out there, was to scout it for a venue. I had inquired about it a few months ago, and I had sent emails and never responded, emails and all which way I could find them, only to find out that it was closed. So that's why I wasn't getting any emails back. But then I got an email for the grand opening. I was like, oh, and I saw Parker, I think it was Parker Meridien is what it was named as, and I recognized you guys because of the Casbah, which was it a couple of days before?
It hadn't been that long.
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't
probably
because I
pretty
interviewed
quick.
you guys, and you told me you guys were going to be doing the writer's block, and I remember I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there.
Was that MERS?
No, that was
that kind of like art event.
It was the
Art Unites.
event.
Art Unites.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
with Tan and who else played?
It was 1019. Bree Blues was headlining.
Oh, that's right.
Sir
Oh, yeah,
Daniels
Bree Blues.
was Bree Blues
Yeah, that
with
was
DJ
great.
Tarzan. Sir Daniel was there. You guys were there.
That's right.
1019 and Aki were there, and
Dun Dance was there too, who I've worked with since
the
then.
one who was doing the
Performance art with the flowers.
with the flowers and and then there
If-
were some vendors there.
Yeah. I'd
So
love to
that
work
was
with
the
him in the
event.
future. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, okay. You can go and check out all those event pictures and videos on our website, gohamradio.com. Shout out, go check us out. You can see the interviews and stuff like that. Now let's see, I've got a list of questions, and I don't even think I've even asked any of the questions, but, well, let's get to some basics. Where do you get your beats from?
Very in-house, I mean.
I mean, you said everything's DIY.
Yeah.
But is that where you get it? Because you do samples on your phone, and, there's a lot of talent.
I mean, it started out from tracks that Jack would send me, like the versions on our first record of Park City and Some Way. Park City's like pretty similar to the original version. Some Way we totally changed up and different things. There was definitely like, because I'm playing acoustic drums, there was definitely a thought of like, how do we... Because it's hip-hop, and hip-hop, there's a certain expectancy when you hear it of quantized drums, where, it's literally a computer program that's putting the beat in the exact same space every time, which humanly isn't possible. Like, my hand is not going to be able to play it at the exact same volume, exact same tempo, and place it in the exact same beat. There's people that get close, Questlove and people like that, but it's never absolutely perfect. So there was sort of a thought of how close do we want to get it? Do we want to make it sound super organic? Do we want to make it sound like a machine? And my thought was kind of to go halfway between. So, and then some of the tracks kind of developed, like 40 Foot Tall. The demo I first sent him had the halftime beat in it. The boom, doom. And then I remember him being like, I don't know if this works. And then we started playing it, and we played the normal time beat. And kind of mess with that, and that seemed to make more sense, and then we switched to so that arrangement actually came in rehearsal, and a lot of that stuff happens, like we'll be in rehearsal and Jack will be like, no, don't do that, or play that. Like, we've been working on this track, and we went through a couple different ideas of the First Date track, remember?
Yes.
Because it was it's this track we wrote to kind of open up the set and sort of welcome people and stuff. And it goes from a slower tempo to a faster tempo, and when it changes the faster tempo, there's a very specific beat. And he was like, yo, you should play that the whole time, even when the section changes. So we did that, and then we both agreed that it worked better if it changed up a little bit. So there's like
some rearranging, and
there's definitely like a group sort of aesthetic of how that works. And like I'll throw a bass line to John, or there's a couple tunes that Jack has written where he'll throw a bass line at John, and John will mess with it and maybe change a little bit, or maybe we'll stick with whatever, or we'll scale it way back. So it's definitely like a group effort at this point. Throwing Sharon in has been like a totally different thing, because we're playing tunes, like some of these tunes Sharon's playing the vocal part, like the vocal hook. Sometimes she's playing like a guitar part that was a sample. Sometimes she's playing, what are we playing? Sometimes she's, just asked to improvise or different things. So we're kind of like...
Who's down in there?
Yeah.
Right? There's all sorts of like options of how it could work.
And how long have you been playing cello?
I've been playing cello for about 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Professional.
Yeah, you have to try.
Yeah. you've gotten your 10,000 hours in, correct?
Yeah.
She looks at me
Big
like,
time.
Yes, definitely. Where do you rehearse at?
If we're doing the acoustic stuff at John's living room,
I am not against living rooms.
we've rehearsed in my garage. John has a rehearsal space that we use a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And OB.
Where else have we rehearsed?
Those are the big three.
Those are
The big three.
Yeah.
I talked to you guys on speaker in a living room, right?
Yeah, we were.
That was at my house. Yeah.
Nice, right?
Before that, we were in Golden Hills though, at the K Street.
At the K Street Recorders. Yeah, that was our old space, but now we're in Kearny Mesa. Yeah.
And let's see, so where do you record at?
Another house.
Garage in
Yeah,
living
no,
room.
the Fist Like Gotti record was actually recorded. All the drums were recorded in my garage, and the vocals and the bass were recorded. I have a home studio in the back room of my house, and then the new EP, almost all of it was recorded in John's living room.
Right.
We set up a live track. We put Parker in the bathroom for isolation purposes and tracked it there. And then there was a couple overdubs we did at my house, but it's all in-house.
And largely live, too.
Yeah, the EP, it's funny, the Fist Like Gotti, I tracked all the drums, and then when John came in and tracked bass, and then we did vocals. We did it in piece by piece by piece.
Right, and then just
and
put it
then
all
the
together.
EP, we actually did the whole thing live.
Really?
Yeah, it
And
was-
how many tracks are on the EP?
7?
8?
8? Is it 8?
Is another argument.
Between 6 and 8.
It might be
Between-
8.
Might be 8?
There's one live
There's like a
track
bonus
from,
track.
from a gig we did at this hospital.
That I was not at. But it feels like I'm there. Bass to
Sounds
Yeah,
like
we
you
literally-
Sounds like I was there.
We literally did this gig at a hospital, and it was just me and Parker, and I recorded the thing, and then we overdubbed everybody on top of it. So you listen to it, he's actually like talking to people during the track, and then the track ends, and people are asking about it's a really funny track. You should check it out.
And which one is that called?
It's Keith Sweat.
Keith Sweat. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting, all these names. Do you, Parker, create the names for all the tracks?
No, they come about organically.
Organically?
Sometimes they're just when we're doing the set list, and someone's like, "Oh, that's Don't Let Me Down," and then it becomes Don't Let Me Down.
Okay. Just how you kind of organically refer to it, correct?
Whomever says something that works.
There's a lot of tunes that have multiple names too.
Now, living in San Diego, sometimes, more often than not, you have to do some things behind the scenes in order to do some things that you want to do. You know, I always says, sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do in order to do the things that you want to. You know, like go to work, because, you know, I want to live on my own and pay my own rent.
Yeah.
Now, being part of the band, what do you guys do? Side gigs or side hustles, or how do you guys survive on being a band alone?
No.
You know, kind of facetious.
No. I don't. Yeah.
We'll go around.
I'm a community college teacher. I'm not a,
okay.
yeah.
Are you at liberty to say which community college?
I teach at Southwestern College in scenic Chula Vista.
Nice. I went to Grossmont College in scenic East County.
I am a huge fan of the California community college system.
Hey, me too. It is very reasonably priced.
Me too. I got my college on too.
Me too, actually.
Me too.
Yeah. Is everybody gone to college? Yes.
I went for funsies though.
But
I didn't get
you had a
degree.
college ID at one point.
I did.
Okay.
I
That
did.
counts. You were a
had
college student.
You went
Yeah.
to college for fun?
For fun, I didn't get a degree out of it. I just went for funsies.
Did you go to Southwestern?
I went for Southwestern for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. I did.
Hell yeah.
Funsies. And where did you go?
I went to Palomar and San Diego State.
Okay.
I do not have my degree as well, much to my father's chagrin, because he paid for a lot of it.
How far away are you from your degree?
I couldn't pass my sight singing test.
Your what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yo.
That's what turned me off from being
It's
a
this
music
test
major.
where
Is that
they
class.
literally have this piece
Yeah.
of paper, and you have to. They give you the first note, and you have to sing it. And I couldn't pass it. It's part of the thing called oral skills, which is 1 part dictation, 2 part dictation, 4 part dictation, stylistic, blah blah. There's all these different things. There's one part of it that I couldn't pass, and that's why I don't have my degree.
Are you able to retake it? I mean, so you just have this one.
Yeah, it's really stupid. But I was like 22, and I just decided
You should do it and give
I
the
was
diploma to your
touring.
I don't need your
father for
degree.
Christmas one time.
I know, I was at that point, I was like, I don't need a degree, come on. I'm out. At this point, I'm sure I'd have to take like 10 more classes and like go back to school for 2
Maybe
more years to do
it's not even part of the curriculum anymore.
No, it definitely is.
Oh.
Sharon has her degree though.
I do.
Oh.
Which is
I went to San Diego State. I got in cello performance.
Okay, so we got Aztec and Aztec, you know, and have you been to State? Do you work at State?
No, I've lectured there, and I'm sure. How many times have you lectured, Nate, since college? How many times have you
million
lectured?
times.
Right. So
I got a job teaching at a community college without a degree, just by proving that I had the same professional experience as
Yeah.
a master's degree.
It's equivalency. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Equivalency.
all I had to do was send them my resume, but I don't have a degree. So
It's you're a community college teacher as well.
no, I taught that for a while. Right now, I am a full-time father, and I do I play music at night, mostly anything from hip hop. I do a lot of jazz. I do a lot of musical theater. But I'm a part-time musician, full-time father.
I love that. I'm a full-time mother now too. Well, until I go back to work in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Hey, I would rather be full-time Sela's mom than part-time Sela's mom and part-time my company's bitch.
Right.
I mean, basically, like, if I'm not running the company, I'm working for someone.
Yeah.
But, you know, I do believe that working for someone, as well as, you know, school, the experience is what's important in order to further develop yourself. You know, you don't necessarily need to graduate college, but the college experience can help.
That's
Sure,
exactly
totally.
why I
You don't-
Totally.
I just gave up because I got all the experiences I need. I just don't have the paper.
Totally.
And with working, you don't necessarily need to work with a corporation for 15 years and retire with them. You can work with them for a few years, get what you need to, and then do your own thing. You know, that's the American dream, is to be your own boss, you know, but also... Right. Okay,
Go
and
ham.
Go ham, you know, 'cause
Hey.
you know, I am my own boss of Go Ham Radio, but we're here for you. We're not here for me.
Name drop.
Right? And Parker, are you affiliated with? I saw something about like Cafe X. Are you allowed to talk about that?
I can't right now. But it is a very promising and lucrative endeavor, and it is happening in Southeast San Diego. So shout out Pillars of the Community and Paul Khaled Alexander and Furch Ramos.
Yes.
Right. And
Yeah.
Monica Montgomery, I believe she just won District 4 City Council member.
That
or
part.
At least she got the most votes, her incumbent, so she'll be in over
Bonnie.
Myrtle, I think.
Oh, Myrtle.
It's
Sorry.
Myrtle.
Oh, she
Yeah.
beat Myrtle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 50-some% to 40-some%.
Yeah.
So, you know, that all gets taken care of. And we spoke with her. Actually, we did an interview with her, or she did a press conference, and we were talking to her because she's also in charge of District 4, which is Writer's Block area.
Mm-hmm.
And what I had voiced to her were some of the issues that we've had, because we do Ham Fam Jam, like I mentioned to you. But when creating these events, I do find hurdles that I have to jump over or walk around or figure out a way to get past because of the type of music, because of the demographic. Certain areas or venues, because it's hip hop, R&B, rap, they want security, they want metal detectors, they don't want it, plain and simple. You need to put down a higher amount of money.
Right.
All these different, you know, stipulations that I have to try and get through in order just to give the people a voice, because that's all we're here. We're here just to be a platform to give our local artists an opportunity to showcase their talent. And in doing that in the area, I've had to do them at parks, and essentially they're corporate parties. You know, that's how they are represented, because everybody is part of the Ham Fam. But if we're able to work with her, maybe she will be able to open up some areas, some safe spaces for local artists in the District 4 area to be able to go to, showcase their talent, and do things that are, you know, giving District 4 an opportunity back to the community instead of holding up these barriers. You know, and she was interested, she took our card, so now that, you know, she'll be in power, I would say.
Mhm.
Let's see if she actually,
Yeah.
opens that door and allows us to give Parker Meridien, an opportunity to go all over and give other students and other students of life and music, and arts. And you said you guys do spoken word, right? Isn't that what you had mentioned, that you guys have now veered off into doing poetry?
Well, we've been getting calls to do like poetry nights or stuff. I mean, it's interesting what you're talking about because we've been doing a lot of stuff where we play these festivals where we're literally the only hip hop act on a 2-day festival.
Mhm.
We've done, I think, 3 festivals this year where we're literally the only hip hop act.
Because you're a band, and I'm sure that's how
Because
they
we're
get
a
away
band,
with
so
it, and they disguise it.
Yeah, or not disguise it, but maybe it's a little bit more kosher.
palatable.
Or like it's palatable or something. But there's some
They've disguised
interesting.
it to the insurance companies, I'll tell you that.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, I know, because
That's a good point.
When you get insurance for the events.
Completely a different thing when you have rap
When I
shows.
do my concert events and try to do events, you've got to put in the type of music. And it is a significantly higher charge to do rap, R&B, than reggae, rock, classic, country. There's not even, it's like nothing, but you add those, and sometimes it even says, we will not even insure a
Hip-hop
rap,
shows,
hip-hop
Exactly.
thing. So even though you're a hip-hop band, it's not a hip-hop event. And that's probably how they've
Wow.
been able to guise you in, is you are a band and this is a something else.
Yeah,
That's how I'm
they don't
able to
even
guise
need to,
it, is
like-
because it's a company party.
Yeah, exactly.
Oops.
Yeah.
But
Just say your world music from now on. We're world music, and just show up and rap.
they do charge for the
Like
world music.
traditional music.
Oh, they-
We're
World
traditional
music
music.
is
'cause-
considered is one of them. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very segregated.
It's structural
I will tell
racism.
You that. And that's
We were just talking about that.
We were just talking about structural racism the other night.
And that's exactly it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm just trying to ensure an event,
Mhm.
but just because of the demographic of music, not even people,
Yeah.
won't do it, or I'm paying absolutely top dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it
It's
goes across the
unfortunate.
board. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, even for this new EP, I sent it to a few press situations where they're like, "Yeah, we don't really cover hip hop." Like,
How would you
okay,
guys-
like, I mean, I understand that. Like, there's definitely like, there's magazines or something that just cover the blues, or they're just they're just a rock thing or something. So it's been interesting to see. I mean, John, is mostly known for playing in a band that's a little bit like, if you want to, like, it's so stupid to talk about genres, but we're all coming from these different genres.
Sure.
So like these, like I'm coming from I'm known for certain other things. So when it all comes together, all of a sudden people are a little bit more accepting to do like, oh, is this, it's a live band. So is it rap? Is it?
Because whatever your thing is, we got that. Like John does come from like raw rock, noise, punk, and then I am rap, and then Nate is jazz, and of course Sharon is classical or symphony. So it's like whatever we can kind of slide under, whatever genre you're trying
we'll
to hide
totally
us
use
from.
that to be like, oh yeah, we're totally a jazz
Yeah.
band.
Yeah, whatever.
No, we are a blues band. It'll totally work.
Give us $300.
Exactly.
Home and garden. Oh yeah, we smoke.
Really, whatever. We do all that.
What would you guys identify yourself as far as a genre?
The record is a rap record. The
it's-
first record's a
it's
rap
hip-hop.
record,
Definitely.
which is with live instrumentation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah, the new EP is a little bit weird because it's sort of like a '90s like unplugged, like if you imagine. I mean, it's not. You listen like the Jay-Z with the Roots or whatever. They're all like it's still full band. We left it like scaled it way back, but that was kind of the idea. Is if you did like an unplugged hip hop record, what would that
Right.
be?
What would it sound like?
Yeah.
LL Cool J on Unplugged.
Yeah, but LL Cool J still had a band.
He had a
with
piano
drum
player,
kit
yeah.
and a bass player and stuff. Like a lot. I mean,
sounded
it's
so
true.
good.
Like even if you listen to Nirvana,
Killed.
like the Nirvana
Killed.
Unplugged, it's still them playing the
Right.
exact same way. They just have acoustic guitars, but the guitars are still going through amps.
Right.
It's
And
not
there's
like they did-
overdrive.
Yeah, it's not like they like totally stripped it down and was like, yeah, okay, what if we just did this with like mandolin and whatever. So it definitely kind of pushes. I think it even pushes our boundaries of like what that is.
Do you want to stay your genre, or where do you see Parker Meridien elevating to?
I think there's always an element of I think we're playing with all the different parts of it. So there's the stage show, there's the recordings, and then there's an evolution. So I think whatever we do next will hit on all different cylinders at the same time. I think that there's going to be I can't say what the sound is going to be, but I think that it'll be thicker, more decadent, more visual, more.
How do you create your sound?
You write hooks in your car when you're driving around, don't you?
I write hooks in my car when I'm driving around. Jack sends me
All
like.
right, notice everyone seeing Nathan on the road.
Jack
Watch
writes
out.
hooks in
I
his
mean,
room.
Jack writes hooks on his phone, and he sends me text files or like audio files via text. And
Do you take screenshots and send them to him?
or I'll just send him, or we'll Dropbox things. He'll send me something, and I'll like kind of create a template in in Pro Tools, and then we'll work from there. So it's kind of a give and take. Different people will come up with different ideas, and we'll kind of work from there.
Sharon got the real fast. Sharon, when you were playing on the record, there was one song where you were listening to it. Was it? Am I wrong? Is there a song that you were
on the
listening to?
new one? Yeah, that cover, the cover
Oh,
song.
Oh, yeah.
Looking out the front door. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
Can we
was
say the name of the band?
listening.
And playing it while you were listening
I
to
was
it.
to just get to know what I had to play. So
The original track? You were listening to the original track?
No.
I think we played to the.
You were singing it,
No,
right?
Nathan's singing apparently.
Oh,
Pitch
really?
shifted
I
up.
thought it was the original track.
Oh, and you sang the melodies that she was going to play?
It was because
all falsetto.
she was
Right.
going along with the samples.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Pitch shifted up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
It
so
was
she was
su-
playing to that for the.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to make sure I got it right.
It's kind of like just however the hell it's gonna work, we're gonna do it. You know, like if that means like it's us like sending text files back and forth, that's us in a practice room working it out. If it's like one of whatever works like to get the music out, I think is good. We definitely don't have like hard and fast rules of how it's gonna work.
Does every track get its opportunity, or have you guys ever started developing a track and decide, you know what, scratch, let's just...
Things have been scratched, right?
Yeah.
Scrap.
At this point, I think there's a lot of tracks just kind of floating there.
in the back pocket.
There's this there's like a lot of like, okay, this could work, and this could work, and this could work.
But a lot of it is organic, and so we might play it live, and if it doesn't take off naturally live, and it doesn't take a life live, then in my opinion, it doesn't register.
Yeah, but okay, we've been doing a new song called "Digging Me," or I don't even know what it's
Right.
called. Actually, I just called it that. Like we were talking earlier about
It
names.
is.
But it's funny. The first couple times we played it, I don't think it really like. But
It's still taking time.
We
to
just
settle.
played it at Winston's, and it was the most comfortable it's ever felt. There's definitely like a natural progression. Like this is not a band that just works on stuff in the studio and then puts out a record. Like we're definitely like we workshop it live, we play it live a few times, and it like kind of becomes its own thing that maybe none of us saw.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you guys record?
I think technically we record almost every time we practice or if there's a new song, because I think we might do it live in a rehearsal, and then somebody does something new, so then we add that to the Dropbox.
Yeah, I'll usually put up a Zoom recorder, or like literally, we're gonna play this, and I guarantee you, this will end up in the Dropbox, and we'll listen to it, critique it, and be like, okay, this could work, and that's cool, and oh yeah, let's not do that. And
If you have any issues with the levels, Mr. MINED.
Hey, see how she did you right there, me?
If you spell it wrong, you won't find him.
Yo.
Well, how often do you rehearse?
not that often, actually.
But we play, three times a month. So if you rehearse one time in there and then you play three times, and that's four.
I think with the electric set, there's stuff that is second nature now. We don't have to play it.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's better if we don't play it. Like it's nice to play it live.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely been rehearsals where we just worked on one new tune and played it for the next gig. Where we had like 45-minute set and we just had one new tune. We just played that like 5 times and then went and got yakitori. It's an integral part of the rehearsal is the getting
Is
food
eating
afterwards.
stuff on sticks. Yeah, fried meat on sticks.
there's always rituals. That's what I learned in college is, social dynamics of human interactions is we have rituals and we engage in rituals daily.
Sure.
It just depends on what your ritual is. Is it, doing your makeup a certain way? Is it whatever your ritual may be, drinking a glass of wine whenever you come home from work, getting some food on a stick after every
Usually squid, let's be clear.
My stomach is turning.
Well, only Nathan and I eat.
Yeah, I don't do the squid or the octopus. I don't eat squid or octopus.
What do you eat? So good.
That's a whole different conversation.
It's been chicken and rice.
A lot of chicken and rice. Yeah.
The classics.
Yeah, that's probably the good stuff, right?
Yes, goes well with beer.
Do Meridian Arts, is that your spoken word element, or what is that?
No,
Arts.
when we were doing the shows, we were trying to do something that was more entertaining than just, walking back and forth. And so we started to incorporate lighting. And at one point, it was talking with these cats from UCSD to figure out how we could bring a screen out onto stage. And so the people who figure out those ideas and then come to the shows and do them and hold the lighting, and that's Meridian Arts. It's kind of that team that helps us to do the performance art. And
So it's the visual element to your performance art.
it is
Okay.
And also the sort of record label of releasing the different.
It's the
things.
imprint.
completely.
Okay.
It's a micro label. It's not about pushing out big numbers as much as trying to push content that's gonna push the bar of the culture. Yeah.
Where can people find your music?
Spotify,
You talked about the new
YouTube.
EP, so
Bandcamp?
all
Is
of
it
that.
band? Is there
Bandcamp's an
Bandcamp.
easy way to find it. It's thepm.bandcamp.com. It's on Spotify. We have physicals at gigs, or you can actually order the physical CDs from the Bandcamp.
Mhm.
It's on.
Do you have any physicals with you now?
The EP is still in the mail, but it'll be here next week, and we're going to send you a copy. I think I have copies of Fist Like Gotti with me.
All right, well, we'll have to get some of those, and you guys are going to have to get your copies too. Go to Bandcamp, and is it most major music platforms?
Yes, all the Spotify's and the YouTubes, and of course the M Theory and
Yeah, there's
Avenues.
a bunch of local places you can pick it up.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
Theory
cool.
Yeah,
And
M Theory always carries us.
Oh, cool.
There's Feel It. There's Avenues in Southeast San Diego.
Are we at Vinyl Junkies? Because we're going to play there.
We need to be.
Ish Exclusive, you should go down there.
Yes.
Or Ish Exclusive, it's a clothing and urban lifestyle store.
Okay.
Shout out to Ish.
Tell us about that when we get off of this. We want to know.
We'll extend it for them. So people can find your music there, and where can they follow you guys individually and then as a group?
I'm not worth following, so I keep
Oh,
a low.
John.
I keep a very low profile online.
we're on Instagram at Parker Meridien. You can follow each of us individually on Facebook. Jack King, Nathan Hubbard, Sharon Taylor, John Reeder. What else?
Twitter,
YouTube
Parker
page,
Meridien.
Parker Meridien.
YouTube.
Twitter, YouTube.
You have a Twitter?
Uh,
Do you
PRKR
use it
Meridian.
often?
All
we
the
were just
time.
I
joking
should
about
get a Twitter.
Tumblr,
Just
so now
follow
we're going
you.
to start a Tumblr page.
They are.
John should start the Tumblr. John is starting the Tumblr. There you go.
It'll be filled with
Yeah.
kitten gifts. Just kittens frolicking. That'll be the whole
Alright,
thing.
Oh, there. So you guys can see this is Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kittens
Meridian.
frolicking to music.
There it is. Yes.
So excited.
And someone's calling you. Let's see. No, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, so they're all following you individual. You did your individuals and your groups, right?
Yeah.
All right, and they can get your music. Where can they see you next? Besides this
I
live
can
performance
answer
you're about to give?
those questions. So on November 23rd, we'll be playing at Vinyl Junkies Record Shack in South Park.
Okay, 23rd, that's
Yeah, and I believe is that for Record Store Day?
that's right after
I believe
Thanksgiving, right?
I believe it's the 1 year anniversary
Yeah, it is.
of Vinyl Junkies.
Yeah, so that's a 1 year old record store in South Park on I don't forget if it's 30th or Fern.
What time is that?
That is a good question. I have 5 p.m., but I think it might be earlier than that.
Yeah, I think we're playing at.
It's an early afternoon thing.
Yeah,
It's in there, like 4 p.m., 5 p.m.
The 23rd, that's the day after Thanksgiving.
Sure.
So most everybody should have the day off from work
Yeah.
or school.
And,
so
I
they
believe
can
it's
check it
Record
out.
Store Day, so that's a day where there's like all sorts of special deals on vinyl. Like every local shop will have some sort of like promotional event going on.
Perfect.
And then the very next day, we're playing in scenic Paradise Hills, which is adjacent to National City in southeast San Diego. We're playing an event called the Night Market. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
made
I
in
think
Paradise
it's like
Hills.
It's like a street market. Right?
Yeah.
Is it like a, what do they call?
This is going to be in Penn Athletic Field in Paradise Hills, and it goes from about is it 2 p.m. to 9 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know our exact set time yet, but the whole event goes from about 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Paradise Hills.
Yeah, I think it's a yearly event that they do.
Right.
They did it last year as well. So it's kind of like a farmer's market almost, like a nighttime market, and then they have the live
Sure.
acts. Yeah, it's really a...
I know we have to be there at noon, so night market is a little. There's a little tension in the names.
The 23rd and the 24th, and...
And then I believe there's something in December 6th, a Thursday, at the Space Bar in North Park.
Okay.
We're playing an evening show with Rick Scales, I believe.
and a few other people.
Yes. That'll be a hip hop show.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
And then, of course, Ham Fam Jam in 26 weeks.
Yeah.
Make sure you mark your calendar
That
for
part.
that Sunday. It's a Sunday fun day, so 26 weeks from now this Sunday.
That's very specific.
I'm kind of like specific like that.
That's great.
Final Junkies, we are at 3 p.m.
Oh,
on
thanks.
Black
3
Friday. Yeah.
Black Friday. Oh, yeah, Black Friday. That's why I'm like...
Let's call it Record Store Day. That's less capitalist.
Yeah, I preferred that. Record Store Day. I don't even really like Thanksgiving. I prefer, like... Yeah, I appreciate the day off. I appreciate the day off.
That's pretty
the
much
history
it,
right?
of it.
Native Genocide Day. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
Dark.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like...
Hey, it's a dark nation. I'm just living in it.
We're in San Diego, and there are a number of Native Indian tribes.
The Kumeyaay tribe is the local
Yeah,
tribe.
Kumeyaay is definitely shout out to all the Kumeyaay Indians out there. We
Indeed.
have a few. Shout out to Pudizi. He is Kumeyaay and African American. He is a rapper. So Pudizi, his
Pudizi.
native trap 2.0 album is out. Get that on all major platforms. But, you know, living in San Diego, you're going to have or know somebody who is of Native origin. So to celebrate Thanksgiving and to, you know, it's just like that. How do you support something that in your face, you know, you've got, like I've got my Native American friends who detest the day, you know.
Sure.
And you go through your social posts and or your social networks and you have people that are like, oh, Thanksgiving and this, and friends in other areas, Midwest, that just, you know, Thanksgiving, and then I go and I see like slaughtered my people and the real history of America, and it's just kind of hard. Where do you find yourself on that holiday? It's like you enjoy the day
That's
off.
a good question.
You know, it is.
See what
Where
you
do
started,
find
John.
yourself,
You see what you
know?
started.
We got dark here, yeah.
See what you started, John.
Yeah, you've got to be. I mean, that's being woke. You know, you're now aware of. You know, Santa Claus is not real. So, do you still celebrate Christmas? Do you still Do you still write Santa on the tags?
You have to for
Yeah,
the babies.
for the little ones.
Yeah.
For the babies.
Got to keep them at the facade up a little bit, right?
If you don't have that in your foundation, there's no place for you can't have it when you're an adult. So you got to have like that infantile, naive happiness.
Then?
Support your family.
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah,
I
because you're
mean,
the full-time father.
well, yeah, my close. I mean, you know, the holidays are. Can I say effed up?
You can. We're
I'm
not
on
censored.
an internet station. You know how it is. Like I've got extended family that I don't speak to and stuff, but I've got kids, and I think any holiday or any day actually, it's just a good way to celebrate your family.
Yeah.
And a good chance to maybe see some of your family that you don't always see. Yeah, the history of it's super sketchy, and like how you not celebrate that, but how you deal with that is super questionable.
And you can reclaim any holiday as your own anyway, right?
Yeah, make it your own thing.
Yeah.
Make your own rituals. Make your own traditions. Definitely.
Friendsgiving.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's interesting, my husband, he's Jamaican, and we went back to Jamaica in November.
Oh, wow.
And last November. And what's interesting is when we went back there, we went back for the passing of his mother. But they call, nowhere will you ever see the word funeral. They call it a Thanksgiving. So it was interesting for me coming from my culture and my country in that time, because it was November, like the middle of November, right around, she was laid to rest December 2nd. But it was right before that, but during the Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was really interesting. So for me, I've kind of reclaimed what the Thanksgiving is. To me, it's during that time, it's giving an appreciation for his mother who passed, and more like a Day of the Dead type thing, giving a Thanksgiving to honoring our relatives and our ancestors. And I think that's how we're going to reclaim it in our household, because like I said, he's Jamaican, so our child is, you know, is multicultural.
Sure.
And being able to raise that child to know how America sees Thanksgiving, and then really what happened, and then how we as a family honor the day off.
Right.
You know, so I think it's just interesting that we also have to think about these holidays outside of our country and how they're seen, because there is no certain holidays that we have here, like they don't even have a Thanksgiving, which I just thought, you know, there's no Thanksgiving in Jamaica, but we were there for Thanksgiving in a different realm.
Yeah.
So I think we also have to kind of disengage ourselves from an American mentality and start thinking of life on a worldly, because we're now, with the internet, we're connected to the world. So why should we see things on an American level when we should really see things on a international level?
Absolutely.
You guys are an international band, right? You guys aren't, you're seen on more than just local platforms now. We are in
I think
Mexico.
everybody's international, right? You're talking to people all over the world and all these things. and
Social
you're
network has allowed
interacting.
us to do that.
Yeah, you're totally interacting with all these different people. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's allowing us to be more conscious and aware of other cultures, and allowing us to be less self-centered. Ironically, on social media, we can be less self-centered, but I think it's just bringing us exposure and awareness, and then finding out how we decide to live our lives in that realm, right? So we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to have Parker Meridien live doing an acoustic set, a naked, trimmed down version with their instruments. We've got, what are the instruments? We've got a cello, we've got
Acoustic bass.
acoustic bass. We're going to have a mic and a phone for your samples, right? That's how you do yours. And then what are all, you have percussions, what are your percussion instruments back there?
I'm playing a pretty stripped down thing. I'm playing cajon, I'm playing a couple different shakers, and I'm playing glockenspiel.
All right, just so you guys know what you're looking at when you watch them.
Good
They're
point.
going to be doing a 10-minute set. We're
Yes.
going to take a quick break, and when we come back, you'll be able to hear and see Parker Meridien live on GoHamRadio.com. I'm Miss Fancy Pants. This is episode 4 of Street Talk with the Swift Gang. We'll be right back.
You are now tuned into the movement with Swift Gang, here on Street Talk.
Building a bridge between talent and industry. It's GoHamRadio.com.
You're listening to Street Talk with the Swift Gang.
Black ball head with all those sneakers. Catch me on the corner, probably read the reader to see what goes on. I'm so SoCal to another level. I'm most definitely West Coast, but I don't like doo-doo. You gang banging. My crew crazy since back in the 80s. Chef Bobby Crock, how I cook this cake, man. The flavor's so good, you gotta taste it. Taste it. Wow. Put the 7 on the bouquet. Put the 7 on the bouquet. Yeah. Hey, let me get a little breakdown. Something different. This was an experiment. experiment went on a limb, man. I kinda dig it, this is subbing. Try to get clever and skip a couple levels. The homie Toss told me, P, finish your breakfast. This was an experiment went on a limb, man. I kinda dig it, this is subbing. Tried to get clever and skip a couple levels. The homie Toss told me, P, finish your breakfast. So that's what I'ma do, bring it back to the crew. Just chillin', drink cruise, no juice, no Lexus. Backpacks chillin', no jewels, no Lexus. Backpacks chillin', no jewels, no Lexus. Get that money, man, make that bread. Check that cheddar like Jay had said. This your turn, take it, man. It's your chance. Go hands on studying. Studying get better than you ever did. Get it in, artistically represent. I push it to the limit, I'ma make that money. It's a hard night paycheck. Ain't nothing funny, hey, don't listen when they mention paint another effing picture. Let's go. Yeah. I put the 7 on a mook, yeah. 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 I put the 7 on a mook, yeah. 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 I put the 7 on a, yeah. Hey, let me get another breakdown. Just something fresh, Look, this was an experiment, went on a limb, man. I kinda dig it, this is subbing. Try to get off clever and skip a couple levels. The homie Toss told me, P, finish your breakfast. This was an experiment, went on a limb, man. I kinda dig it, this is subbing. Tried to get off clever, skip a couple levels. The homie Nate told me, P, finish your breakfast. So that's what I'ma do, bring it back to the crew. Just chillin', drink cruise, no jewels, no Lexus. Backpacks chillin', no jewels, no Lexus. Backpacks chillin', no jewels, no Lexus, and go. I put the 7 on the mook, yeah. I put the 7 on the mook, yeah. I put the 7 on the mook, yeah. I take it. I put the 7 on the mook, yeah. I take it all the way home. Put the 7 on the mook, yeah. What you wanna do next, man? This is oh, okay. We're gonna do this thing called New River. It's one of my favorite songs, and you can get it on the Fist Like Gotti record or the 25th Street Sessions. Yeah. You need big boy, is to him. You need big boy, is to him. Been at the root of this since Questlove was rocking the seas of that Holly Robinson P. Get it from Jump Street. But this, that, the kiss of them. Girls again for cigarettes. Who done it should never guess. Maltese, falcon up a moon. From my cats that watch criteria, the focus ain't criteria. Cisco's in my E, pretend you read that there's a TV on the moon. Yeah. Alright. This is a fantastic point for me to introduce you to some people that really make my life better. They certainly make this music better. That's Sharon Taylor on the cello. It's Nathan Hubbard. He's playing drums. That's John Reeder on the bass. Till his lights out. Man, know what life about. This ain't no half-baked movie flick, you dicks. This is cool kids gone cuckoo, concocting cool flicks like chicks that choose tutu. My crew just choose flicks. That's cool kids gone cuckoo, concocting cool. This for those cats that's out there watching movies. I mean, they mad as heck. They missed the previews, but they burning doobies to the moon. Moon is to the moon is to the cats that watch criteria. Focus ain't criteria. Cisco's in my E, but anywhere that there's a TV on. Moon, river, moon, sky. Like rivers in the reason why we do stuff like this is because human energy, when you collect it, you can use it to transmit a message. Coolest cold blow jiggling, buddy. My last single was 8 Food. Don't try to monkey around with this kid, but I've been slaying this bitch your favorite by now. You know the name of the clique is PNC, is GMG. Started off with 2 eyes and soon I got glasses, but I'm talking, you keep up with me. I'm flashing back to back with time, smoking gun detective flicks. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, kids. This is last call for this, I call it Moon. This is for those cats is after watching movies. I mean, they mad as heck, they missed the previews, but they burning doobies. To the moon is to the moon, is to the river, to the moon is to the moon. For my cats that watch Criteria, focus their criteria. Cisco's in my ear, but anywhere that there's a TV on. Moon is to the moon, is to the river. Moon is to the moon, is to the rivers in the sky. Hey, there are rivers in the sky. Hey, I promise you, rivers in the sky. Shout out to the people, rivers in the sky. If you're dealing with fire, rivers in the sky. I'm putting prayers up for rivers in the sky. Hella fires, there are rivers in the sky. I'm putting prayers up, rivers in the sky. This dude looking. This thing is having a fit, B. Don't matter. This song is a cover from a cat named Main Source, Large Professor, and this song is like 1991, and we do a cover of it because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah. It's 10:19 right now. It's 10:19 p.m. right now. Shout out my guy. Okay. Dig it. Fight every night, but that's not kosher. I reminisce with bliss of when we was close. I wake up to be greeted by an argument again. You act like you're 10, so immature. I try to concentrate on a cure. I keep looking at the front door. I'm thinking if you was to evacuate, you'd probably be straighter than straight and wouldn't have so much hate. Cause you don't know the pain I feel when I see you wildin'. But when I roll up, I start smiling. So I front like everything's hunky-dory. But it's a whole different story, cause you don't like the fact that I'm me. I don't put on a show when it comes time for you to have company. But your friends don't understand your choice of man. It's the problem, I see this from a garbage can. Well, regardless, I shouldn't have to be so raw. I'm looking at the front door, I'm out. I'm packing my stuff. I'm getting my car. Hey, I'm looking at the front door and I'm out. Hey, I'm getting that reefer. You know I bought that. I'ma do the second verse like I was Slick Rick. And when you with your friends, I'll slide to the side until the spotlight was mine. I never sabotage a good time. And we alone is when the fights commence. When I'm the one you're against, well, it just doesn't make sense. Cause I'm the one that you claim you'll love for life. But all I get is gray hairs and strife. And I could play some old stuck up rapper role and get fouled every time you lose control. But that's not my order of operation. I should get in a war for lots of patience. Cause that's all a fella can have when you're shooting up the hot damn world like shaft. Well, I don't think that I'ma take it anymore. No, I'm not. I'm looking at the front door. I'm out. Taking my stuff. I'm calling Dougie Fresh. Yeah. I'm looking at the front door. I'm out. I'ma call Sally. Sally from the valley. Hey. Hey, let me get a breakdown. Hey. Woo! Hey, fellas. Hey, yeah. brothers. Yeah. Let me. Since if I'm throwing it back, let me do this last verse like I was D-Nice. EDI's nice, you suckers hate to admit it. I'm tizzy and you sissies and you don't know how I did it. See, every episode just parlay in this mode. It's very cool, very calm. There's no sweat in my palm. I just pick up a pen, I get nice with the psalm. I'm like, I'm just hanging. It's not long or short, I'm just chilling somewhere in the middle. But now that I'm here, let me kick the whole riddle. Cause he buys things that bling brightly, and she likes me for the things that I've got. Now am I wrong? No. Am I right? Yes, I feel the same way when she's in a tight dress, but sweetheart, you better take the hint. I said it now, I'ma say it before. I'm looking at the front door and I'm out. I'm calling John Reader. I'm hopping in his car. Hey. Woo. I'm looking at the front door, I'm out. I'm calling Sharon Taylor. Yeah. I'm grabbing my cat. I'm looking at the front door and I'm out. Woo. I'ma hit Nate Hubbard. Let's go drink a dozen beers. Yeah. I'm looking out the door. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm getting all gigged up. Jeez. Hey, let me get another breakdown. Let me get a little. Yeah. And this message is being brought to you by the good people at Go Ham Radio. Love the one you with. It's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. Cause I'm out. Yeah. Dang, Nate, you in here killing them, bruh. Dang.
Someway?
You gonna do some way? Yeah. All right. Hey. Solomon. Ooh. This isn't really a song. This is time passing. That's just time passing. Look, I got some friends. See, I'm a habitual line crosser. I'm rude. I always smell like smoke. I be coming to places late. I got some friends that forgive me, some friends that don't. You know? I got some friends that forgive me, some friends that won't. You know? I got some friends that do, some friends that don't. I got some friends that will, some friends that won't. Look, I got some friends I've forgiven, won't be forgiven. Camera phone, this middle finger with a pick, help you to remember a dang donkey. Hunky dory without, be out. I'll be out to the finest dinners with chicks that open up wide mouth like I'm Dennis. You never seen this type of coke combined in 9 winters. I won't look, and if you turn to salt, stone, not just a rock, I'll just be hump like I will be forever. So Cal Rushmore, me, Kalaji, plus one more. Won't mention the fourth, plead, and the fifth. Chappelle's skit, kick a hole in the speaker, pull the plug in the night dip. I got some friends that do, some friends that don't. I got some friends. I got some friends that won't. I call up that phone like, hello. You know what I'm saying? Hey. I'm calling them late. I'm just, hey. Hello. 10:30 at night. I be drunk. I be calling them like, hey. Hello. You know what I mean? Because if we friends, you just gotta put up with these types of things. Because when you really need me, we'll be there. You know what I mean? It's just a thing. I got some friends that do. I got some friends that don't. I got some friends that will. I got some friends that won't. I got some friends, forgive me, some friends that don't. You know? I got some friends that forgive me. You know. That's Sharon Taylor. That's Nathan Hubbard. That's John Reader. We're the Parker Meridien. Go Ham Radio. Go look us up on Spotify.
This has been a GoHamRadio.com exclusive.
You are now tuned into the movement with Swift Gang, here on Street Talk.
Giving opportunity, hope, and mentorship. GoHamRadio.com.
You're listening to Street Talk with the Swift Gang.
I'm Miss Fancy Pants, and this has been episode 4 of Street Talk with the Swift Gang. I'm here with Parker Meridien. Hey, they just did a great live set. Run back the tape in the VCR if you missed it so that you can catch the whole 10-minute set. It was great. They got a show coming up on the 23rd as well as the 24th, so go check them out. DJ Roscoe in the building. I'd like to say thank you to all of our followers, our listeners, those of you who've been tuning in since day one, and our new Ham Fam friends. So we'd like to welcome you to the Go Ham Fam and invite you to our website. 24/7, you can hear local and major artists. So make sure you go and you follow us on all our social networks. Go Ham Radio on Instagram, Go Ham Radio on Facebook, and then go to our website so you can hear all your favorites as well as you can catch in all the events that we've been to, the events that we're going to, pictures, videos. You can see highlight reels, live performances, webcasts, podcasts, all that. So you can find everything you need to know about the Go Ham family at our website, GoHamRadio.com. Parker Meridien, would you guys like to give some shout-outs? You can start from the left and go around.
Nothing is coming to mind, so Jack, take it away.
Nothing.
No, I want to shout out Go Ham Radio. This is very, very fly. Yeah. And all the cats from the Fresh State, the you know what I mean, Rick Scales and Kill C Ray and all you cats, and Fade Green, and be at Vinyl Records in South Park next Sunday, because it's gonna really be nice with the creepy creeps and whatnot. Nate?
Shout out to Go Ham Radio. Thanks for having us. Shout out Sharon Taylor for playing with us. Have a good night, y'all.
All right, DJ Roscoe, any shout-outs?
Appreciate everyone that tuned in to us tonight. Vibe from the very start to the very end. Special shout out to the team. Special shout out to the band in the building tonight. Epic night. You guys heard the performance. Seen the performance. Stay tuned until next week.
All right. So that's been episode 4. Catch us for episode 5. Next week, same time, same place. We are Go Ham Radio, Street Talk with the Swift Gang. See you around.
Streaming live every Friday night, it's Street Talk with the Swift Gang, right here on GoHamRadio.com.
This segment has been brought to you by GoHamRadio.com.